When rewriting quadratics in factored form, it can be helpful to focus on the factors of one c-value. Consider the expression x squared plus bx plus 100, and consider how many different ways it could be rewritten in factored form depending on the value of b. Notice that a, or lead coefficient, is 1, and the c-value is 100. Let's organize the factors of 100 in a table focusing on positive values of b and using only integers. Factor 1 times factor 2 will equal 100, and factor 1 plus factor 2 will equal b. We could create an additional table where we are focusing on negative values of b, using negative integers as factors. Factor 1 times factor 2 will still equal 100, and factor 1 plus factor 2 will equal b. Let's use the tables we created to rewrite each of the following expressions in factored form. Since the lead coefficient is 1, the quadratic expression will be factored into the quantity x plus factor 1 times the quantity x plus factor 2. Since x squared plus 29 times x plus 100 has a positive 100 and a positive b value, we can use the first table we created. We need to find the row that has 29 as the b value to determine what factors are used to rewrite it in factored form. Once the factors are determined, we can rewrite the expression. Remember, the order of the factors doesn't matter. Since x squared minus 25 times x plus 100 has a positive 100 and a negative b value, we can use the second table we created. We need to find the row that has negative 25 as a b value to determine the factors we need to use. Once the factors are determined, the expression can be rewritten in factored form. In each of our previous examples, the c value was positive, so we looked at factors that had the same sign. What happens when the c is negative? We could create two tables with the factors of negative 100. The factors have two different signs. In the first table, all of the b values are negative because the larger factor is negative. In the second table, all of the b values are positive because the larger factor is positive. Since x squared plus 15x minus 100 has a positive b value, we need to use the table where the larger factors are positive. Then we need to use the row where the b value is 15. Now we have the factors and can write it in factored form.